What's up guys, welcome back to another drawing tutorial. Patreon request from Manuel. This is Solomon Reed from Cyberpunk 2077. Idris Elba. So, let's give this a go. I'm on a landscape page, use a pencil eraser, hit pause if I go too fast. Start with his eyes, center point to my page about here, we'll come up over to the right hand side. So we'll go diagonal first, then across, he's very sort of square eyes, and then down the back. And this is like eyelashes, right? So it's kind of a bit thicker down here. So then we got tear duct just here. And then it goes up and down around into the corner. There. And we could just see maybe a tear duct line there. And then his iris and pupil, sort of a half circle or a semicircle just coming down around like so. Make it as circular as we can. And then his pupil just here underneath the top eyelid line. Like so. Right, so then we've got like bottom eyelash lines, sort of little light sort of dots and dashes and stuff. Just coming down from there. And then his top eyelid line is pretty close to his eyebrow. He's frowning pretty heavily, right? So it's kind of thin. And then goes back down here. So it curves around that way. So kind of like some wrinkles and sort of bags underneath his eyes and stuff as well. Right, so his eyebrow area sort of touches this top eyelid line, right? So he's frowning pretty heavy. And it just skirts along the top of this, up and down the back here. And then it kind of like curves this way and down the back here. And then he has a bit of a frown line just in the middle here. A couple of those maybe. Right, so his other eye, width of his eye, right? This eye distance fits in between both of his eyes. So that's where the other one starts. Just about here, the width of this eye will fit pretty easily in between both the tear ducts. And then the next eye goes up, across, down the back. Right, and then this will be sort of eyelashes, so you want to like thicken it up a little bit. There's bottom eyelid. It's around there, and then into the tear duct again. And you can draw a little line just for the tear duct there. And then his iris and pupil, just a semicircle coming around like so. And then his pupil just there touching the top eyelid, somewhere in the middle there. And then again, skinny enough top eyelid line, touches the eyebrow across here, sort of down the back. And then dots and dashes kind of underneath for eyelashes here. And then we may have sort of bags underneath the eyes. Right, and then his other eyebrow, frowning quite heavily. It'll sort of be a bit hairy at the front, and then we'll touch that top eyelid line again. And it just goes up and down there. His temple sort of here. And then we have a heavy frown again in the middle. Like some wrinkles coming across the brow. Like so. Right. So he's pretty wide nose, right? And he's frowning, so he's got like a lot of sort of wrinkles coming across the nose here. And his nose is really wide, the bridge of his nose. So say, right, so we'll go down and we'll do a nostril or two. We'll do two, because he's human. So like a nostril here and here, right? And then these are joined together with this sort of pointy sort of bridge of his nose here. Just in the middle. And you could like darken up the nostril there just to make it look a bit more shadowed. And then the bridge of his nose quite wide, right on the inside of his eye. It's up around here. On the side there. Right, and then we've got like that wide sort of bridge of his nose on the side there. Like that. And then there's like a little sort of suggestion of a bridge of his nose coming down from here, maybe. Maybe you don't want to draw too much, because like some little sort of hatching lines and stuff on that would be maybe enough. Because his nose is pretty wide, flat on his face. Okay, so I'd say that's as much as we need to do really for that. Right, so then his mouth. So we're starting sort of underneath the iris here, you know. That's how far it would go, the inside of the eye. That's how wide your mouth usually is. And then where the lips touch, so it kind of curves down in the middle to this sort of V, and then back up around to there. He might be roughly smiling on this side. It's fairly wide there. And then big top lip. So it like comes out, down, back up, down to there. And then his bottom lip is down, around, and up to there. So how much of a beard does he have? Is it just stubble? It's kind of just stubble. So say like he's got like these sort of cheekbone sort of lines coming down here, and maybe like a line for his top lip there. Right, these kind of come around his mouth, right? So he, like, you could draw in a full beard. I'm trying to just think what to do, maybe. Or it's mostly just stubble. So yeah, we'll leave it to stubble. It's a bit longer on his chin. Right, so say his chin is kind of hairy. So we will do the chin maybe a bit hairier. So just sort of down here. Right, so you might have bits of that stubble coming down. We'll do it like in rows. It's like a bit longer, see, on his chin, and then it goes up it for his jaw, so his jaw goes like this way, but there's not a lot on his jaw here. And it curves around. There will be little bits of stubble on his face, but we'll just draw in main shape for his jaw here. Right, and roughly like eyebrows to nostril in this drawing be about the same as nostril to chin area. And then what we'll do is we'll just keep on building up the beard, right? And it's kind of like it's longer on his chin than the rest, right? And there's bits that like are on his mustache sort of area as well. So we'll just keep building it up until we're sort of happy with the situation. And some of these, of course, are gray hairs and stuff like that, so okay, so I think I'll leave it like that. And then his cheekbones. So we got like a bit of a cheekbone just coming in here. All right, so you could keep going with that for as long as you wanted, of course. He has stubble everywhere. So we keep going. The side of his head is kind of shaved, right? So we go up this way. It kind of comes out there just at the eyebrow. Okay, and then like his ear will come out from here. Down around, kind of like thin earlobes. Down into there. Right, so he's all sort of shaved here, but we'll add like just a little bit of a hairline just coming in and up to there, just because it is a bit stubbly, I guess. There is a little bit of hair, but it's very, very thin. And then it meets these sort of lines that come along his face. So we'll just do some like ear lines first, some of this stuff. Right, and then those sort of cyberpunk lines, tracks, come down his face here. All onto his cheek. Little red boxes or something here. Right, and then something else on this side. And then those little red lights or something on his cheek there. And then the hairline. So it's your hairline's roughly the size of your nose. So you got his hairline coming across here. And then some sort of wrinkle lines just coming across his forehead. And then back of his head then sort of comes up this way, comes around from the ear. And it's very tight shaved head. It does get kind of bumpy up here. It's kind of long. And then you could have like a section to show here there where the shaved part meets the, you know, the non-shaved part, and then you can add like textures to all that if you want. Right, so next, neck, jacket. He's got more cyberpunk stuff on his neck, so he's got a really wide neck. Joins his jaw here. It's like a neck muscle going down that way. And then a wide enough neck muscle here as well. And then his like trapezius goes that way. And then the trapezius goes that way. And then his jacket collar comes out this way. So, and then he's got a necklace on that comes around from the neck. Just goes down off my page here. Just a black rope type thing. Okay. So a t-shirt then comes across up around his neck, somewhere up here. And then more cyberpunk detailing in here. Sort of attached to his skin, so these little ridges and stuff. Like that. And then in here. It's just black in there. I don't know if like that's his throat or skin, but if it is skin, should be an Adam's apple. Yeah, but again, difficult to make out. Adam's apple, maybe. Right, so then the collar of his t-shirt just comes around here. And then a big jacket collar going there, and then in, back out, and then down. And then this has a little edge line. And then like some stitching areas on all this. And there's like a crisscross stitching thing, a little detail. You can do that if you want, but it's not necessary really. Okay, then shoulders quite wide, bump out and down that way. It's a big wide jacket, like so. And then he's got like a buckle here. Like there's like all stitching and straps and everything. Lots of this stuff now. Just lines for his jacket and lots of detailing on the jacket. Excuse me, I'm gonna cough. Oh, sorry. Right, and same thing over here. Lots of these details then for the jacket. Oop. Right. Just stubble up his face a bit more here, maybe. So, I think that's everything. Hope it's helpful. Thanks for the request, Emmanuel. This is your last request, I think, before Christmas. So happy Christmas. Thanks for the support on Patreon. See you in the next one. Bye.